Anfield, Liverpool 1, Man City 2, or maybe 3 supposedly. And a lot of you Arsenal and Liverpool fans has called fouls. You have called the referee and the VAR as the reason why Liverpool didn't pick a point or even take a win in that game, especially with a spectacular free kick by Zoboslai in the 75th minute. So Liverpool had just 15 minutes to hold on and win that match. But a lot of things just happened. First of all, let's talk about the VAR calls. First, you see this picture up here, right? Good. Gueye actually pulled on Mo Salah. A lot of you have said it should have been a penalty and it should have been a red card. Yeah, you might be right if he wasn't in the box. Yes, that should have been a penalty because Mo Salah was through on goal. That's correct. But then he wasn't in the box when he was fouled. But secondly, on the look at things, Maguire wasn't the last man standing after Mo Salah. That was a defender in front of Mo Salah Maguire, who actually played Mo Salah onside in that game. So this defender should have stood a chance to, of course, stop Mo Salah from scoring. And that was the reason why it was a free kick and a yellow card to Maguire, not a red card and not a penalty. That said, let's move on to the next. So, it was after that Mo Salah incident that Liverpool got another free kick and then Szoboszlai scored it. Of course, Mo Salah wasted that free kick, which I thought Szoboszlai should have played. But as a City fan, thank God Szoboszlai didn't play it. But the second free kick comes far away, more difficult to score. Szoboszlai shoots a powerful shot and the ball was going direct and diagonal. Like, you cannot calculate the angle of that ball, and it flew into the net. Good. But then Man City, of course, equalizes through an Erling Haaland flip from a header that gave Bernardo Silva a wonderful finish, correct? Now we look at the penalty call that gave City the Haaland goal in the match. So Nunes had gone for the ball, and then Liverpool goalkeeper Allison also went for the ball, but then Nunes touched the ball. It was a 1v1. Nunes touched the ball. Allison didn't touch the ball. He didn't. That was the reason why the penalty was given. He didn't touch the ball. If he had touched the ball and Nunes had fallen with his head rolling, that wouldn't have been a penalty. He touched Nunes, but he never touched the ball. Now everybody is not saying, but it was not a goal-bound position. The ball was already going off. He wasn't stopping a goal-scoring opportunity. VAR viewed it according to the law of the game. It was a 1v1, whether he was facing the goalpost to scoring or not. As long as you went for the ball and the person, and then you never got the ball, but you got the person, it's a clear penalty. So Allison actually knew it was a penalty. He couldn't protest. And then Haaland, who everyone or many Arsenal fans were praying wouldn't score, of course, banking a spectacular goal. Now, let's talk about the last occurrence of the match that would have made that game a 3-1 victory for Manchester City. Now, you see that Szoboszlai, after scoring his spectacular goal in the 25th minute, this was the, I think, 93rd minute in the extra time, and Czechia had played this ball straight from the center of the pitch. And if you didn't watch the match, you're asking where is Allison, the goalkeeper. Allison went to score Man City, so they all went forward looking for a goal. But I think he was there for too long because he's been there for a couple of minutes even before this was shot. City had 2 opportunities to have done the same thing, but City didn't do it. And this was the 3rd opportunity, and Allison was still up front, far away. And then Czechia kicked this ball from the 80-yard box. Haaland, who was at the back of Szoboszlai, outran Szoboszlai. Haaland, of course, has been silent almost throughout the whole match, and I think he still has his energy reserve for issues or situations like this. And Haaland beat Szoboszlai outrightly in the race. And the only thing, Haaland was through on goal, just to tap in the ball into the net if the ball doesn't go in on his own or protect the ball to go in. But then Szoboszlai does what? Pulls Haaland back. And being that Haaland was strong, Haaland didn't fall. Haaland went on to keep pursuing, but then that pullback has slowed his pace, and Szoboszlai took over the race and started beating him in the race. But then Haaland saw that Szoboszlai was going to clear the ball off. Haaland pulled Szoboszlai back. And because Haaland is much stronger, and of course, he was able to pull Szoboszlai to the ground. And then Szoboszlai couldn't kick out the ball, and the ball went into the net without anybody touching it aside Cheki, who played it from the center of the pitch. Now, the goal was awarded by on-field referee. But then, VAR had to weigh in because Liverpool were complaining that their player was fouled. The VAR said, okay, no problem. The obvious pull by Haaland was a clear a foul. We understand that. So if we look at that, we'll chop off the goal. But then when you look at that and chop off the goal, we also have to look at the situation where you were the one who pulled Haaland the first time. So when they checked it, you pulled Haaland, you stopped a goal scoring opportunity, and that's why Haaland couldn't score, and then Haaland stopped you from clearing the ball. So it was kind of 1-1. Nigerians will say, you do me, I do you. God no go vex. But then VAR said, to follow the rule of the game, we will go back to the first foul. We stop Haaland from scoring. And that means we chop up the goal, go back to the first foul, give you a red card for stopping a clear goal scoring opportunity, and then give a direct free kick to Man City. And that was what happened. So these are the issues, and I was able to get this whole vivid narration because I have gone to check and review the videos and check what the VAR said after each of the fouls were committed. And now I have a vivid, clear picture of what actually transpired. As a City fan, I wouldn't just sit down and watch things unravel the way it should unravel. If we deserve a penalty or a call, give it to us. We don't deserve it, don't. So since yesterday, I've been questioning why City were given a penalty because I didn't see that as a penalty. But after reviewing what VAR said and the laws of the game and the reason behind the calls, now I know that the calls were free and fair and City actually deserved the victory. The title race is thrown much open now. Man City can win it. Arsenal, of course, favourite to win it with 6-point advantage. Man United, in their current form, can still win it. And Aston Villa, in their current form as well, can still pick up the win. So whoever wins it, I think it will be a good one. But for Arsenal to just run away with it in January, February, March shouldn't be a thing we should be talking about of the EPL. It would be a disgrace on Man City if Arsenal just had worked on and won the game and won the league just like that. So it's a good one. We look forward to the match week 26 games and see what happens. And I hope City will remain focused and be more consistent than ever before. Congratulations to Man City and congratulations to EPL, as the EPL will become hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter in the coming days. This is Coach VP. Like, share, and of course, do not forget to follow. Bye now.